In the quiet town of Greenwood, I led a seemingly ordinary life. Worked a 9-to-5 job, paid the bills, and enjoyed simple pleasures with his wife Emily. However, ironically, everything changed when I discovered that I had won $1 million in the local lottery. The news of the unexpected success left me both delighted and conflicted. On the one hand, I saw the potential to fulfill dreams, provide a better future for my family, and perhaps surprise Emily with something truly extraordinary. On the other hand, doubts crept in, and I did not dare to tell my wife about the unexpected success. As the days turned into weeks, I couldn't shake the internal struggle. I found myself dreaming of possibilities, a dream home, a comfortable retirement, and providing opportunities for my children. But fear of Emily's reaction, worry that it might change their relationship, kept him silent. I spent sleepless nights contemplating the right moment to reveal the mystery. Pondered about the potential impact on their lives, wondering if money would bring joy or sow seeds of discord. The weight of the unspoken truth grew heavier every day. The fact is that we did not always understand each other. From the very beginning, Emily was an artist, her heart was attuned to the colors and nuances of life. I, on the other hand, was a pragmatist, based on the logic of numbers as an accountant. Despite our differences, we found solace in the love that blossomed between us. Our home became a canvas on which differences painted a beautiful but complex picture. Emily's colorful artwork adorned the walls, each piece telling a story of emotion and expression. Meanwhile, my organized tables and meticulous order brought a sense of structure to my life. However, there were moments of misunderstanding and frustration lurking beneath the surface. Emily struggled to understand my need for order, while I struggled to fathom the depths of my wife's creative soul. We stood on opposite shores, bound by love, but separated by the waters of misunderstanding. One evening, as the sun dropped below the horizon, Emily and I were sitting on the porch drinking tea. The atmosphere was calm, the air was filled with a feeling of peace. I took a deep breath, gathering the courage to share the news. "Emily," I began carefully, "I need to tell you something. Something important." Emily looked at him with curiosity and concern in her eyes. "What is it, Mark? You look a little stressed." I hesitated, then decided to lay it all out on the table. I won $1 million in the lottery. The air on the porch filled with tension as Emily stared at the bank statement. Her eyes widened in disbelief, and then anger flared within them. "Are you kidding me, Mark?" she exclaimed, raising her voice. "You won $1 million in the lottery and didn't think to tell me?" I shifted uncomfortably, realizing the scale of my omission. "Emily, I was going to tell you, I wasn't sure how you would react. First, I wanted to figure out what to do with the money." Emily's frustration grew, and her words became harsh. "You thought you could hide something like this from me? Do you understand how important honesty is in a relationship? We must be a team." I, feeling the severity of my mistake, tried to explain. "I know, Emily. I ruined everything. I just didn't want it to change us or cause problems." Emily's frustration turned to anger, and she began to express her dissatisfaction with a string of curse words. "Damn it, Mark. That's funny. You can't keep something like winning $1 million a secret. It affects both of us, our future, everything." The intensity of their conversation echoed on the porch. I felt the gravity of the situation, realizing that my inability to communicate had caused the storm. I decided to take a deep breath and face the consequences of my actions. "Emily, I'm so sorry. I had to tell you, and I understand if you're upset. Let's talk together about what we want to do with the money." Emily, still visibly upset, pulled herself together. "Mark, we need to communicate better. Such secrecy is unacceptable. Now we need to figure out how to deal with this. But it all starts with being open and honest with each other." I nodded, realizing that his attempt to avoid potential problems only created more. We sat down to discuss our windfall plans, weathering the storm with a newfound understanding of the importance of transparency in our relationships. In the end, the $1 million was not just a financial boon, but also a catalyst for growth and improved communication between us. My heart skipped a beat when I looked at my wife Emily's phone and saw a love message from someone named Nick. I was overcome by a wave of mixed emotions, curiosity, anxiety, and a hint of jealousy. I didn't expect to stumble upon something that could potentially destroy the trust they had built over the years. Trying to remain calm, I took time to collect my thoughts. Instead of jumping to conclusions, I decided to openly discuss the situation. That evening, when they were both at home, Mark carefully broached the subject. "Emily, can we talk for a minute?" I asked, trying to keep my tone even. Emily looked up from her book, sensing the seriousness in her husband's voice. "Of course, Mark. What's on your mind?" Pausing before addressing the elephant in the room. "I happened to see a message on your phone from someone named Nick. It felt intimate. Can you explain what's going on?" Emily's expression went from calm to surprise to realization. She took a deep breath before answering. "Mark, I should have told you. Nick is an old friend from college. We recently reconnected and he is going through some tough times. I offered support and friendship. This is strictly platonic, I promise." I felt a mixture of relief and ongoing anxiety. "Emily, you know I trust you, but coming across this message was a shock. Can we be more transparent about our friendships, especially if they involve personal conversations?" Emily nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "You're right, Mark. I should have been more open about this. I will try to communicate better in the future. Nick is just a friend, but I don't want anything to jeopardize our trust." After the incident with the discovery of the message on Emily's phone, I began to notice that she was starting to come home later from work. One Sunday evening I heard her whispering on the phone, "Sorry, I can't leave Mark right now, he won a lot of money in the lottery. You need to be patient, Nick." Because of these incidents, I began to put into a puzzle all the gifts that were given to Emily at work. Mistrust grew, the wife's behavior seemed more hypocritical. Therefore, secretly from my wife, I had to transfer all the winnings to my parents in order to avoid the unfavorable consequences of clarifying my relationship with Emily. Dear friends, can you tell me what to do? What would you do? What would you like to buy if you win $1 million?